Hello everyone, it's Curtis Watson back in a new video. Welcome back to Railway Empire. When we last left off, we had just built a line over the Mississippi River into Omaha, Nebraska. And now we are going to start a new chapter in the game. I think it's the second to last, actually. It takes place during the American Civil War. And I can imagine a lot of it is going to have to do with supporting the war effort. If you also remember last mission we did, it took 2 videos? I'm pretty sure it was 2 videos. Anyway, all that I remember is that it was relatively short for one of my playthroughs of Railway Empire, so we're going to try and keep up the steam, as it were, and do this mission relatively quickly. If we can, I'd like to do it in just this one video. That would be awesome, but we'll see how it goes.
In recent years, the tensions between the northern and southern states have been steadily increasing. A deep rift ran along economical, political, and ideological divides, right through the still young nation. The tone in both camps became increasingly bitter and drew a gloomy picture in which a greedy, cold-hearted North opposed a lazy, vicious South. The Union was on the brink of civil war. All eyes were on the events of the coming months.
My name is Jay Cook. I'm delighted to finally meet you. Now, I'm afraid there's a war ahead, a dispute we cannot escape. I will help President Lincoln to save the Union, and I have a very important strategic role in mind for you. I am firmly convinced that Lincoln will put a quick end to the conflict between the northern and southern states. But we must be prepared for everything. So, you must take your tasks very seriously. First of all, the Southerners need to realize that it would be wrong to bring the Union into question. For this reason, you should tend to Louisville and construct a weapons factory there. In this way, we'll have a good support near the border if the worst comes to the worst.
Alright, so our first tasks are to reach a population of 60,000 in Louisville and produce 1 load of weapons all within the next year. So I think to get us on the path to that goal, why don't we start with trains between St. Louis, Indianapolis, and Louisville. That would be a very good way to start things off. Let's see, he also wanted us to build a weapons factory in Louisville. So let me see here. Weapons industry. We can in fact do that. Let's build that right here because it's relatively close to the rail depot. That will make transportation a bit quicker. There goes our train to, what is it? St. Louis. A little Philadelphia 060 on there. Cute little engine. What do we have in the way of research? Oh, we can immediately get a number 51 Dragon and several different other various upgrades. And we will also set up some trains on the industrial lines. And the warehouse, I believe, trains will bring supplies there and just drop them off, and then one other train will bring it to the city. Alright, so we've got our 2 passenger trains. We've got a freight train for corn, and we've got freight trains for varied vegetables, and I don't know what this is. Sugar? A sugar plantation? No, it's a wheat farm. Yeah. And those both go to the warehouse, so now we need a train from the warehouse to Louisville. Alright, now that that is over with, let me quickly save, because that's good progress so far, and we don't want to lose it. So we have a coal and iron mine, and a lumber mill. Nah, it produces wood. I think we should connect these three industries to our network next. That should be our next big goal. One there, one there, one there. And you know what? I am gonna add passing sidings, expand these stations just a little bit, so we can do this. Now we're going to add some signals. This is going to be the direction returning engines go. This is going to be a stop signal. You're supposed to be on that line. Don't know why it doesn't have anything, but the trains seem to be running smoothly.
Jonathan Johnson's the name, and I have my eye on you. Don't ever dare set foot or tracks in the South. This is my territory, and I'll deal with the network myself.
Is that a threat? A supply tower there and one down here. How are we doing with our tasks? We are almost at 60,000 in Louisville, but we still need a load of weapons.
We have to push back the Confederate troops. Until that happens, you won't be able to expand the rail network in that direction.
Why aren't these trains bringing anything? They should be bringing in materials. Oh, I forgot to add a locomotive there. Okay, well that already takes care of something. Why aren't we producing anything in this region?
Thanks to the expansion, Louisville has reached a considerable size. This has made the city a strategically important point in the war, as goods can be delivered efficiently to the front line from here.
Excellent. Now we need to produce one load of weapons. No suitable freight for this train available. That doesn't make any sense. Now we need to be able to start bringing profit out of here post haste. Fine. You know what? Here. Let's do this. I'm going to build straight to Louisville. And tell this train to forget. Where is it? New plan. Franklin Pitts straight to Louisville. I built you a nice crossover right there. Why are you betraying me? Oh, for Pete's sake. Oh, finally, it's being loaded. Now, let's try this again. Jackson Pitt all the way to Louisville.
Granted, I'm profiting from the war, but that's the way the Treasury bill business is. Our side is winning thanks to this, and there's also a little something in it for me.
Alright, excellent. We finally got materials moving on this line. We should be about to create our first load of weapons. Oh dear, we're not getting very far up there. 0.68 of a load. 0.8 of a load. Come on, 20% more. 0.91. Come on, we can do it.
You now own
yes!
a factory. You will now be able to intervene in the battles, indirectly at least. Remember to expand the factory, if necessary, to increase its production. The President is satisfied. We've driven back the Confederate troops. Now we need to advance, and for that, we need to be able to deliver supplies. Your task now is to expand the rail network into the South as quickly as possible. Incorporate the existing lines into it.
Alright, so now we need to build routes to Nashville and Memphis. And our trains are hard at work shipping people, mail, and most importantly, weapons onto the front, the front lines. We're pulling into Nashville now, and this should bring our numbers, I think, up to 7 out of 12 loads of weapons. And we still have quite a bit of time, but maybe an extra train wouldn't hurt. I'll double track it. Oh, crying out loud. I love having employees, but sometimes they come in so fast I can't hire them in time. Louisville to Nashville 2. There we go. That just about doubles. Oh, I'm sure that's inaccurate, but it comes pretty darn close to doubling what we're doing. Alright, our first run of train number 2's pulling in, and we are up to, I want to say 10 loads of weapons? Yep, 10. Excellent. And then our next run of train number 1 has just left with 2 more, and that'll fulfill that particular objective. All 12 loads of weapons will have been shipped to Nashville.
Knoxville and Jackson can now be reached. Connect them to your rail network as quickly as possible and deliver weapons to the cities. It won't be long now until the fighting flares up there. There are now also induction stations in Chicago, St. Louis, and Columbia. For this reason, the number of passengers to Knoxville and Jackson has increased. Make sure they all arrive on time.
Alright, so I'm seeing a lot of mountains in the way between Nashville and Knoxville. So, oh, but there is a pass right there. I'm thinking that I just go ahead and do this. It's kind of a long stretch, but it should save us a lot of money. And we've got some new tasks. Deliver 12 loads of weapons to Knoxville, deliver 12 loads of weapons to Jackson, and transport a total of 2,000 passengers. The weapons, I have an easy way to do that. We can set up freight lines, and passengers, we can solve two problems at once by establishing dedicated passenger and freight trains / tracks. I'm going to set up a train from Louisville all the way to Jackson. Just going to be straight up freight. And that'll go whenever it's got clearance too. And then I have a passenger train here. I'm going to add, it goes Nashville, Memphis, all the way to Jackson. And then it'll stop at Memphis again on its way to Nashville. And that'll be fine. Well, we're well on our way to 2,000 passengers. There it is right there.
That is a massive boost for our troops.
Now let's focus on delivering weapons.
5 minutes later.
We still haven't delivered any weapons to Jackson. That's gonna need to change. 2 cars of weapons, that's it? We need to crank that factory into high gear. There's really not much to do except wait for it to work out. Alright, we're delivering our first 5 loads of weapons to Jackson. Excellent. Alright, it took way longer than it should have, but we are finally making progress. Well, this isn't good. The year's almost over and we still haven't delivered nearly enough weapons where they need to go. I'm hoping that is rectified in this next go-around. Okay, we got our last load of weapons to Knoxville. Excellent. What about Jackson? Alright, well, we delivered all the weapons to Knoxville, but we didn't deliver half of the load we needed to Jackson, so we're gonna fail. God darn it. That is really a pain in my neck. Oh look, there's 1 load of weapons on its way to Jackson. Probably won't even get there in time. What an insult. Oh, that's what we needed to do. We needed to expand the factory. That's what we needed to do. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, we could have done it so easily. Ah. Alright. That one's on me. Well, we're gonna fail this time around, everybody, but I saved earlier, so hopefully I can just load back in and try again. I still got faith we can do this. Alright. We still need our weapons to Knoxville and weapons to Jackson, but everything else is fine. So, first thing, expand the industry as much as we can. Alright, that's fine. Now, hopefully, we'll be able to keep transport running hot. So, we just delivered 2 more loads of weapons to Knoxville. That's good. We're on our way. And if we're lucky... Aha! We have got... What's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 loads of weapons on its way to Jackson. Perfect. Let me just make sure we have a good... no, we do not. So I will do what I did last time and build our supplementary route to Jackson. Our 7 loads of weapons are arriving at Jackson. Let's see how that... Let's watch. Oops, wrong button. I'm sorry. Speed it up. There we go. 5, 6, 7. Excellent. And we're steadily working on weapons to Knoxville, which is also good. I think we might actually be able to do it this time, especially if we get a Rogers Mogul engine and replace our engines with it. And look at that, we already only need 1 more load of weapons to Knoxville, and we will have succeeded in that part of the task, even though that train does not have any weapons on it. That's fine, because the next one is just getting there, and it should be about to pick up a load of weapons. Several loads of weapons, in fact. Way more than we need. But that's fine. Alright, task completed. We have delivered all weapons to Knoxville, and we just need to deliver the rest to Jackson. Alright, I added more trains from the mines and the lumber mill to Louisville, so maybe we'll be able to step up production of weapons again. This will be the last load of weapons we need to go to Jackson.
This employee was much too good for your business.
Alright, we should be about to finish this task. Yes!
Knoxville and Jackson. Perhaps now we can turn the course of the war in our favor. The war is drawing to a close, and that is in no small part thanks to you. Our army is taking control of more and more areas. Now we have to deal with the reconstruction. Pay particular attention to Atlanta. The city needs help, as it will soon have to accommodate lots of returnees. The induction is taking place in Louisville now. Transport a large number of soldiers from there to Atlanta so they can help with the reconstruction. Maybe we can even end the war. To do so, we'll have to transport troops and goods efficiently. Then the southern states will see that fighting is futile. Atlanta is growing again, and the returnees in the city can be catered for too. A disaster has been averted, thanks to you.
Alright, now that guy's done talking, look at that, our last task is already done. So all we have to do is transport 3,000 passengers from Louisville to Atlanta without stopping. And I see that we could easily reach Atlanta via Knoxville, so why don't we go ahead and build a line through there. I think we can change one of these trains to a through express, and that will take care of that. Let's eliminate Knoxville and send it straight to Atlanta. And on our second express train to Atlanta, ooh, there goes the freight train, we are making progress. If we're lucky, this should all wrap up within the next few minutes. Got some decent scenery on this line, I think. I like this view. Just riding the rails. Almost very literally in this case. Not even train, just riding the rails. There's our supply tower in case we need anything. Which I don't know if we do. We'll find out in a minute though. Nope, we're just rolling on through. So, yep, on our way to Atlanta, and there it is. And we're pulling into Atlanta. There's all the people on the platform. And we have transported 245 people to Atlanta. Excellent work. Why don't we go ahead and, before anything else happens, double track this line here. And then set this up like this, so we don't have any kind of delays. Alright, I have added another station in Louisville. Maybe real quick here. And 2 more trains, so maybe we'll be able to bump up our passenger transportation to Atlanta enough in time to complete the task, which it ends in about less than 7 months. Built a long tunnel right through the mountains. That'll save time. So, I don't know, we could still do this. I'm gonna go ahead and save and hope that it's enough. We've still got just a little bit of time, and we're doing well. It'll be close, but we're doing well. Only we have less than 500 people that need to be transported to Atlanta. And we've got 1 train on the way right now. That should bump us up a little bit. I think we got this, but I'm really stressing. And good lord, we've been going for 2 hours. I think this is the longest I've ever recorded. 776. Less than 300 to go. Should only need this one last train. Maybe 1 more. Come on. Oh, we're so close. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Oh, come on! We need literally 11 more people! We couldn't have crammed a couple more in there? Okay, that's fine. We got 1 more train coming.
With that technology anyway.
Oh, shut up. You still lost. Oh, come on. Last one. Come on.
You have transported
Yes!
the recruits from Louisville to Atlanta. The inhabitants of the city.
The Confederate States
skip that.
surrendered in April 1865. In the end, there were untold victims, devastation, and destruction on both sides, and a period of deep economic recession followed. For the first time, the railroad had also become a decisive factor in the war, a pawn on the map tables of the generals. Where rapturous people had once gathered to cheer on the locomotives, the railroad had become a tactical playing piece during the war, delivering soldiers and materials to the battlefields. Yet the victims and the hardships were not to be in vain. Peace brought North and South closer together than ever before.
Woo! Well, everyone, that was intense. I got a little button happy and skipped some of the dialogue at the end, but that's fine. We get the gist. And in only 2 hours and 3 minutes, we have completed that mission, and in 1 video too. That is excellent news to me. Well, I think that is the very definition of a successful video, everyone. So, thank you for watching. I've been Curtis Watson. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more if you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next video. Goodbye, everyone.
Bound from Omaha to Portland through Cheyenne